Hello. Okay. This is incredible. Okay, this is excuse me. This is fucking incredible. Honestly. Okay. Did you know that on your camera app for your phone, if you just like don't touch the screen for a while, it just fucking closes after like 30 seconds. That's fucking okay. I just think that's really fucking stupid. Cuz it's like okay, cuz look, I understand it. I get it. I get I can understand on like a technical level why that's like a feature, okay? I get that. But I just think it's really frustrating because it's like I was messing around, trying to figure out, you know, how far back, how far forwards, how should I sit, where should this be, where's the lighting coming from, and this is how it fucking treats me. My tool, my tool designed for the task at hand, betrays me, as I'm trying to perfect my work. I just think that's a little bit ridiculous, personally. Personally, I don't know if I can mess with that in settings or what, because it didn't just. I don't know. It seemed like one of those things that was like not just an app thing. It seemed like it was like a system thing, you know. And that's always fucking painful to deal with, honestly. Dude, I had an SD card in my phone for like months, for like 4 months. Okay? I had a micro SD card in my phone for the purpose of fucking being there. So because my phone was low on space. My phone is constantly low on space. And then it's telling me like, "Oh, you need to delete these files to clear up space." And I'm like, "Okay, let me check it out." And then the files that I'm deleting are like megabytes. You know what I mean? But the fucking phone, the fucking system UI is taking up like 7 gigabytes. Okay? And I have 15. I have 15 total. And the fucking UI that I can't delete ever, right, is taking up half of that, right? Okay, so it's like, what else can I delete? Just like, just every app. Just delete every app on your phone, and you'll be fine. Apparently, you know what I mean? Don't take pictures with your phone ever, because it just takes up too much space. That it just takes up too much space. So I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll get a fucking micro USD. This thing has 50 gigabytes of data, brother. Okay? And it was in my phone for 4 months doing nothing. Doing literally nothing. And I was like, what the fuck? What the heck? What is happening? I don't have the option to transfer anything into it. I'm like, what? I'm like Doofenshmirtz, dude. I sound like Doofenshmirtz. I look at my screen and I go, what? I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'm like, fine. So I look stuff up on Google.com, and it's like, it's so frustrating to like describe, because it was just like, okay, go to settings, and then go to this on settings, but then I forget like where to go, and so I'm like, okay, I need to go back to Google, and then I read all the instructions, and I'm like, okay, I know everything now, and then I go to do it, and then it gets to a completely new thing that wasn't covered in the original instructions, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And so then I exit out of that to go to Google, because I have to. I can't. It's not like an app where I can just multitask things. It's like if you leave, you're done. That's how it works. I don't fucking know. And so I'm like, fine, okay, fine. And so I look up every step and then every step that happens after that step that's just as important, that isn't covered in the first step. So it doesn't make any fucking sense to not, I don't know, it doesn't fucking matter. I do everything. And then I finally fucking get to it. And then, oh my god, I have access to my SD card now. It finally fucking works. And it was basically just a thing of like the system being like, what the fuck is this thing? I don't know what this thing is. And it took so long to convince it that it's okay to have an SD card in my fucking phone, basically. And now it works. And I can't put anything on it. It works and nothing is able to go on it. I'm like, what? And then I look, at like settings. I go to my settings and then I go to my storage features. And it's like, okay, which apps are taking up the most space? I'm going to put those on the SD card so they're off of my fucking phone. Or what? I don't know how fucking technology works, dude. I'm just like, okay, have the SD card take up the space. Put it on the SD card. That's what it's fucking there for, dude. But then it's like, none of these apps are able to go onto an SD card. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so I think right now I have Instagram and Pokemon Go, and I just moved those to the SD card, and now my phone is pretty good on not being fucking low on space all the time, constantly, ever, except not really, because I don't even fucking know, dude. It's weird. I don't understand how phones work, because it's like, I feel like an old man, kind of, but it's just it doesn't make sense to me. It's also every time I do it, it just feels like I'm doing things that don't matter at all, and I'm like, why can't it just fucking work? Why can't it just fucking work? You know what I mean? That's how I feel about phones. I fucking hate them, dude. I think I actually fucking hate phones so much. I just despise every aspect of using a phone. TBH. But I have to use a phone because I can't not use a phone. Because I need to, talk to people. And it's, literally impossible, kind of, to do that without a phone. So, fuck it, dude. My point is, I hate my fucking phone so much. And I hate that it will just close the fucking camera out of nowhere. Out of fucking nowhere, dude. When I'm trying to set something up. When I'm trying to do something. That's, important, dude. What is it? It does. Whatever. I don't even care about that. I don't even really care about it. But, listen. I wanted to talk about things. I had a list of things. It's right here. And I just wrote things down on a list. So, I'm thinking, right? Get a load of this. I wanted to talk about cinema. I wanted to talk about film and movies. I wanted to talk about everything that you could technically refer to as cinema, I think. I don't even know the definition of the word. TBH. I just enjoy the word. And this is a mango guava kombucha. I love kombucha a lot. I fucking adore it, dude. I think it's delicious. And I don't understand people that don't like kombucha. I honestly I don't know. It's something about, I just like the bitterness. I like something about bitter flavors I just really enjoy. I'm a big fan of kind of drinks or foods that are kind of made in ways where you're supposed to don't eat this. You're supposed to absolutely not be eating that food past a certain point. naturally, but then you put it in like a fucking weird little jar of like juice and like rotten vegetables, and then you like dig it out of the ground after like 6 months, and you're like, here, try this, and it's like really fucking good. And that's kind of like a little bit of like what kombucha's like, you know. But it's mango guava flavored. It's mango passion fruit flavored. But I remember as a little boy, I was consuming a mango guava passion fruit, kind of like, I don't know. It was at a frozen yogurt place, but it was more like a smoothie kind of. It's hard to explain really. I was just a boy. I was just very young, and I didn't know what things were, but I did like I liked the annoying orange a lot, and I remember one of the characters on the show was called Passion Fruit, and I was like, I didn't know that that was real, and so I clicked on that, and then I was like, okay, what's next? And then I just was like, I don't know, passion fruit sounds really exotic, and so I just picked mango and guava because that just made the most sense in my brain because I'm like, okay, I've never heard of these fucking things. So I'm just gonna put them in there because it's probably the same thing as a passion fruit in terms of like you're supposed to like taste. I don't know. They just taste good together. They're the same thing, basically. And guess what? They tasted fucking great together. This is like 1/3 of that taste because there's no guava. And frankly, I don't even know what guava tastes like. But I can't shout. I shouldn't shout. But I'm a big fan of those flavors together. And frankly, folks, I'm a big fan of cinema because I was eating that little concoction. I was eating that little mixture on the way down to eat and watch Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014 for the very first time in my entire life because that was the first time it ever came out. And it was the best fucking movie I'd ever seen in my entire life. And I was a pretty big fan. I didn't know what was happening at all. I didn't know what was happening. I literally don't remember seeing Guardians of the Galaxy at all for the first time ever. I don't have like, oh yeah, this was my first, you know what I mean? Because it just fucking was gone through my brain. Literally, the only thing I hung on to the entire time was like the music. I was like, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. And so I that was actually the first time, man, fuck that. That was actually the first time I ever had to use fucking technology, like real actual kind of like a phone sort of technology. I used it to listen to the soundtrack from Guardians of the Galaxy. And guess what? It was a fucking nightmare to use then. I didn't know what I was doing, dude. I fucking hated using like I think it was like an iPod. I fucking despised it. I was like, this thing sucks. I was using it. I was trying to listen to music, and I was like, this thing. What? I felt like I was like, this thing is crazy. I fucking hate this thing, dude, and I still do to this day. I just wanted to listen to music, and guess what? I fucking can't because of shitty. No, the iPod Touch was probably really easy to use, but I couldn't fucking do it. I just didn't make any sense in my fucking brain at all. It didn't compute. It wasn't bright enough. I don't fucking know. It was hard. It was really hard to use an iPod Touch and to operate it and just to listen to music. I was like, that was like my thought at the time. I was like, all this shit just to listen to fucking music, you know? And but yeah, seeing the film on repeat afterwards, love it. It's fantastic. You know what I mean? I was always really struck, you know, I mean, it makes sense. As a child, I really enjoy the stories and the characters of the movie, which is like that makes sense. That seems like a really obvious statement, but I mean that as in I really digged. I was really I really digged the emotional complexity of the characters. I really liked that a lot, and it was something that I like picked up on, and I just thought it was really great. I was watching movie. I was very critical about movies in my brain, uh, but it was a very there was no fairness at all in what I mean by that. Critical is very loose because I was not educated at all, but I still picked up on that kind of stuff in movies, and I was like, yes, this is a good movie, and it would always be something like Guardians of the Galaxy, where there was like I don't know, there's just some fucking bullshit going on. But then when I'm older, hey, guess what? All the movies, my point is, all the movies that I thought were fucking cool and sick and good as a kid, oh, guess what? Critically acclaimed, loved, beloved, fantastic movies, recognized. You know what I mean? I was fucking right. I was fucking right, and my point is, today, now, basking in how fucking right I was, I'm able to enjoy these movies again. But now I'm educated. Now I have a brain. Now I have a brain and I have experience. Hands-on experience. Working on, not cinema per se, but being around and learning the words involved. Now that I've spent time on my phone and I have researched things with my fingers and read them with my fucking eyeballs and absorbed them into my soul, I understand how fucking impressive it is that they made these fucking movies. And I'm like, oh my god, this is really good writing. You know what I mean? This is really good cinematography. You know what I mean? Things like that. Or I'm like, I wonder what it was like pitching this movie. You know what I mean? I think of stupid things when I watch movies. And it makes it hard to watch movies now. Because it's like, ugh, I can't just fucking enjoy movies very well anymore. Because now it's like every movie I watch, I'm just viewing it through this bullshit lens. Where I'm like, man, this cinematography sucks. Or, you know what I mean? I'm like, I want to go see Barbie because it's by Greta Gerwig. I want to go see Barbie because Greta Gerwig's directing it, and it's probably gonna be, I don't know, it's probably gonna be a really good commentary or whatever the fuck. And it's like, I would have seen Barbie when I was 8 because it was Barbie. You know what I mean? I would have seen it. I would have wanted to see it. Now I have to want to see it because it's by fucking Greta Gerwig? Good lord. I think that's ridiculous. I can't believe, I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Isn't that weird how that happens? That's my point. Bullshit. Quite frankly. That's how I feel about that. But, alright, I wrote down 2 things. I wrote down cinema, and then I wrote down, what does a guava taste like after that? As if I was ever going to talk about guavas after that. That's fucking ridiculous. But, I also wrote down, I am in pain. This is in reference to the fact that I am in an incredible amount of pain. All the time. Constantly. Because my hip, I feel like an old man. I feel like a very old, fragile man all the time. My hip is practically falling off of my body every day. Not really, kinda. Okay. My hip was actually feeling really good for a while. Even after it got fucked up the first time, I actually felt pretty good after going to physical therapy. I didn't make a single video at all when I felt good, ever, at all. But, when, I went on a road trip with my mother to see my family. And on this road trip, it was 4,000 miles back and forth. 2,000, 2 times. And holy shit, that fucking sucked. Like, oh my god. Okay, listen. It was just a bad experience. To be frank with you, just a bad experience. I don't think it ruined the concept of a road trip for me, but the way that we did it, I can tell, was like a really bad way of doing it. In terms of like just being no fun, boring, shitty, fucking waste of time, so bad. Should have flied, buddy. Absolutely not. Just fucking fly, okay? We were just driving, dude. The most, you know what I mean? It was like we could have done stuff. We could have stopped. We could have done stuff. No, whatever. The point is, it was a bad way of road tripping, just fucking driving miles on end, and it was bad on my body. It hurt. It hurt to sit in a car all day. But we did make a pit stop in Oklahoma, and when I was there, I saw my best friend in the entire world, who I have not seen in like 5 years, because he moved to Oklahoma because he sucks, and he's the worst guy I've ever fucking met. And I was like, I gotta see this guy. So, listen. I was there. I met all of his friends. I wanted to swim. It was bright, and it was hot, and there was a pool there, and I was like, oh my god, I need to fucking do something, dude. So, I fucking did something. I was swimming and fucking splashing around and having the best time of my life. And I was fucking jumping in the pool. And I was fucking doing cannonballs. And I was fucking sprinting. I was running laps. I was fucking going crazy. And then we were like, hey, let's just start fighting each other in the water. And I said that. And then everyone agreed to do it because everyone loved me. And my point is, against better judgment, I was like, hey, we should all try to kill each other. And we all agreed. And so what we did is we would have one-on-one kind of like wrestling, standing wrestling matches, trying to, do a bunch of fucking things, rotating, twisting our bodies in insane ways, attempting to plunge our heads by force under the water and forcing us to submit. That was what I wanted to do, and I did it a lot that day. I did it so much, and it fucking killed me, man. Dude, I literally felt like the difference between like the beginning of the day, like, man, let's have a fucking fun time, to like I felt like I had just been mauled by a bear, and my hip felt like shit, And then, I didn't do anything too crazy after that. Had to fucking drive back. That sucked. And then a little bit after being back home, I decided to play tag in the park at night, and I'm bad at hiding, and I was really, I was having a really difficult time moving and being active and fit, because my hip was still really fucked up, and so I was sprinting away like a gazelle. I was trying to be. I was so athletic. I was the peak. I was the picture perfect form of athleticism, and it killed me. It broke me. I dived. I was running away from my best friend in the entire world, and another guy, a different guy, not the first guy, my other best friend in the entire world. I was running away from him because I was sighted, and I had to get the fuck out of there, dude. And so we were playing on a playground, and so there was this big kind of like bridge type thing, and then the handles above it, but you could dive through the gap between the bridge and the handles to safety. And that's what I thought when I was running away. And so I saw it and I said, I'm going to do this. And then I did it. I did it. But when I landed, I was like, I should not have done that, because me performing that action was like the nail in my coffin. It murdered me. And I am paying for it literally right now to this day. And that was like 3 weeks ago at this point. That was so long ago. And so it's bad. It's very bad. It's getting better. I spent 4 solid days chilling, basking in the sun, just recently. And quite frankly, folks, I have to say, I do feel a lot better after doing that. So the pain is great. The pain is so great, but it is very endurable. I can definitely bounce back from this. I can feel it in my limbs. You know what I'm saying? If I just do things, I do feel quite good. So I need to start doing that more. I wrote, after I am in pain, I wrote the sun. But I already talked about the sun, and so I don't know. But, so yeah, that's just what's been on my mind lately. I think overall I feel pretty good. I have to say. I think overall I'm actually feeling quite great. You know what I mean? I want to lift weights more, though. I need to lift weights, and I need to get my driver's license, because I have not done that yet, and that's a problem. A very big problem. So I don't know. I gotta drive more. I think I'm going to drive more. The weekend's coming up. And so on the weekends, I drive in the morning. And so I like to do that. And that's just practice for the test, which honestly, I only need to do a few specific things to practice for the test. I need to fucking parallel park, because I never did that during driver's ed. I don't know how the fuck to do that. I don't know how to do a 3/4 turn. And I don't know how to do... When I was driving in driver's ed, the driving instructor never once a single time had me merge onto the freeway. So I don't know how the fuck to do that. So I'm mostly just... I need to do those 3 things so that I know what to do. But then at that point, once I kind of practice those, done those a couple times so that I know what to do, and driven around some more so I get more used to the car that I'm in. I'm gonna fucking literally destroy the written test. And then for the written test? Dude, the driving test. And then also the written test anyways. Dude, I was okay, I have some things to say about the written test, okay? Because I was taking the practice version of it online, okay? And I was like, all right, this is the fucking written test. This is to see who gets to drive on the road, And the guys making this thing, they thought they were just a bunch of little jokesters, apparently. They thought they were the funniest fucking guys on the entire planet the day that they were writing that fucking test. Because, boy, howdy. Some of the fucking questions and some of the answers are like, are you kidding me right now? It's like, okay. One of the questions is like, if you're stopped at a red light, at a 4-way stop, what do you do? Right? And one of the answers that you can choose to fill in, if you so desire, is speed ahead without stopping at all. so that you can be the first one to clear. And it's like, what the fuck is that? What are you doing on here? Okay, I get it if this is like, okay, that's like, what is that doing on an official test meant to see who's allowed to drive on the fucking road where you're allowed to get some questions wrong? It's totally fine to get some questions wrong on the driving test. What if those are the ones I'm getting wrong? What if I'm getting those ones wrong and I'm putting that answer? And it's like, oh shit, I can still drive. well, gee golly, I must be able to fucking speed through an intersection. I don't know, dude. It just seems a little bit ridiculous to me that they would do something like that. It's like, why? You know what I mean? This is meant to be like a serious thing, and you're being silly right now. That's what you choose to do. You're being fucking silly right now on the official the official state driver's license test. Are you fucking kidding me? There's a time and a place. That's how I feel personally. When I look at that, I'm like, I'm disgusted. I'm dishonored. Like, there's a time and a fucking place, dude. I don't know what's happening. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Ridiculous little people making these goddamn tests. Dude, that guy was the funniest guy in the office that day, I guarantee you. Oh my god, I can't fucking imagine it. Oh my god. I understand the funniest fucking thing you've ever seen. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, I'm so fucking funny. Oh my god, dude. I hate people like that. I despise these people. They make me sick. They make me angry. I spit on these people. You know what I mean? But I just need to I just can't get my fucking driver's license. I need to get that and I can fucking do whatever I want. What, isn't that crazy? Once you get your driver's license, you can do whatever you want. So, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna do that to go to Planet Fitness because it's free! And that is fucking incredible. It's free, I think, until like September, or there's definitely a time limit on this because I did it for when I was a student and then I never used it at all. But now I want to use it. So I definitely got to get in there fast so that I can. I don't know. I just want to lift weights, you know, and I wouldn't be going to Planet Fitness for any really serious reasons. Quite frankly, I think I would just be going there to try to spend an entire day maxing out one machine. Like, I would just be on one machine the entire day, and I would not leave until I was able to leg curl the entire thing, or some bullshit like that. Because you can do that with those machines, and honestly, it feels like cheating. And machines are weird, and I don't like to use them, but they are pretty fun for reasons like that. So I definitely want to go to Planet Fitness, just to feel joy, you know. But yes, so yeah. I feel fantastic. I do feel good. So I think I'm gonna end this here. I think I'm going to end this here right now. So goodbye. I have a little monkey guy. Look at this little monkey guy. Do you see this thing? This looks like, hang on. Wait. Ugh. It looks like, End of Evangelion. Ha ha! I have created art. Look at this. This is cinema. Look at this. That's great. Okay. Oh, this hurts my fucking knees, dude. Okay. I'm going to end the video right now. Goodbye.